All right, welcome back, everybody. HSC Podcast. We're in the movie segment. If you just watched the sports segment or joined us from a previous movie segment, appreciate you watching. As I mentioned before, and we are in our 200th podcast. They're not all movie based, they're sports based, but thanks everybody for watching. Don't forget to subscribe. And the recent influx of people watching the movie content, love it, love the comments. We've been doing a movie of the week segment, and people are giving us content ideas, which really helps. So if you're watching this, or even if this comes up in a short, please, 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 it helps us a lot when you guys give us content to watch. So movie of the week, whatever you want to talk, throw it out there. I don't care. We're going to be getting into the Lonesome Dove. We haven't forgot it. So we will come back
Miniseries.
to that.
But yes, I mean, if you guys have a favorite movie that you think no one really talks about, tell us. We'd love to watch it.
Yeah, and review it, and we don't do the reviews like it's not a standard review like people might think. So we just like to watch the movie, tell you what's good about it, and why we enjoyed it. We're not critics, we're just movie lovers. There's so many movies that are so bad that I enjoy, and people are like, "What are you talking about?" I'm like, "It's a great movie. Like, come on."
It is like we could just talk Seagal or Van Damme movies.
Right. And yeah, I mean, people are like, "Oh, Steven Seagal's horrible." Like, no, no, no.
It's like those people haven't seen Out for Justice,
That's
Above the Law.
blah blah. I mean, Fire was it Fire Down Below?
Yeah,
That was one of my favorite. I love that one.
Under Siege.
Yeah, Under Siege, we all know is probably well, but again, that's not just Seagal though. Come on, I mean, he's got some help in that one.
He's got Tommy Lee Jones
Yeah,
and Gary Busey, right?
Gary Busey. Oh man, we should talk about Gary Busey one of these days. Jeez, that guy off the rails. But speaking of actors, we always talk about this because we're such big movie buffs and we follow this so closely. Sam Neill, rest in peace. What a great actor. Uh, Always been one of my favorites. He's a very good character actor, I think. And so recently passed away. I mean, we had to make a movie of the week, and if you're gonna do a movie of the week, it might as well be Jurassic Park, right? Especially if
Yeah.
you're talking Sam Neill. I mean, you recently watched it, yeah?
Oh yes, yeah.
So, I mean, what a
I
great, come on.
well, it's the goat.
It's
It's
my,
like it's the perfect movie.
yeah. Now you got to defend yourself.
Well, luckily now, thanks to Caitlin's sister, we have convinced Caitlin that Grayson can watch Jurassic Park. So
Oh,
we'll be watching that in Hawaii, which,
good.
was where Jurassic Park was filmed.
Right. And you'll be
Um,
on that island too.
huh?
You'll be on that island.
Yeah.
There's a big thing in that island for that. So Grace has never seen Jurassic Park, huh?
No, because Caitlin wouldn't let him.
Okay.
Because the story was when she was 10 and her sister was 5, their parents took them to it, and not knowing it was going to be that.
Yeah.
So, but yeah, yeah, he'll be fine. But the thing is, it's so, I mean, like the acting in that movie is so great. But with Wayne Knight as nerdy and nerdy, you have um, Richard Attenborough and Samuel L. Jackson, in it. And even the kids are great. And Sam Neill, Laura Dern, and of course Jeff Goldblum.
So right away, I mean, you just say casting was amazing. Like
Yeah. And
and
then
people in the film.
just the awe. Like seeing Jurassic Park in the theater when it first came out, nothing had ever been like that before. And just to think about, like, dude, what would it be like if there was like a amusement park of dinosaurs?
Like everybody's dream, right?
Yes, that's like a kid's, it's like what does every kid want to have to play with his dinosaurs.
It's my dream today. Like, give me a dinosaur park right now.
So, but here's the thing. Build a dinosaur park, but don't put any meat-eating dinosaur, any carnivores on it.
No, 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 no. Gotta have them. Like we only see what happened in the movie, so we're worried about it, right?
We've seen it happen in like 8 movies.
But it's
Hey,
price
life finds a way.
the price of doing business, though, right? I mean, you gotta lose a few for the everybody else to get to enjoy the T-Rex and the Raptors and things.
I mean, it's one thing, like, for the T-Rex, because the T-Rex is the hero of the movie.
Yeah, he comes in at the end there, which is great.
I mean, also he kills the lawyer, so
Yeah,
that's good.
and then the Goldblum scene with the Jeep and his lines throughout the movie, one, just kill it, right?
Yeah.
But here's what I love about Sam Neill in this movie is you could not have played the role better than he did. And because it's the transition with the kids, and then but also the transition of he's amazed to then no, like this park sucks, like this is bad, but also he understands everything that's happening, and he also keeps his head throughout the movie, and so he just does a great job of playing that role. And the shock and awe that he shows at the beginning is a master class in acting.
Right, where he's like, and Laura Dern's talking, and he's like,
Okay.
but yeah, like the whole part about how he's like, kids, don't, they're like, get rid of these kids, to all of a sudden becoming the greatest babysitter in cinematic history.
Right. Besides the fact that he shocked the one kid.
No, but that kid, it was like a kid's fault. Remember, he was like, you need to jump. You need to jump off. I'll catch you. And the kid didn't do it.
Yeah.
But even in like, and then at the end, they're on the helicopters and the kids are cuddling next to him.
Typically, when you're going over this big fence with the kid, you don't just go first, and then you're like, okay, anytime, you like go with them, right? You're like,
Right,
let's
but
go
if
together.
you're down below, then they can jump off. You can catch them though.
Yeah. It's nitpicking, but still, I mean, Goldblum though, you gotta admit, it helps make the movie
Yeah.
with the opposite, the chaos theory, the just the way he talks, the funny lines throughout the movie, just so many good little one-liners. Even when she goes up and he's like, "That's just a big pile of shit," and he's like, "And you just stuck your hands right in it."
Well, he went from like attraction to Laura Dern's character to all of a sudden like, she's a lot.
Right. And he's like, and then Sam Neill again, perfect. You don't even know, basically. Like he's like, you don't know the half. Good, great role casting here, right? And then, Richard Attenborough, come on, like perfect for that role. Like you said,
Spared no expense.
what's that?
Spared no expense.
No expense throughout the whole movie. Wayne Knight, great job playing Nedry. The
Dotson. It's Dotson here. Nobody cares.
gets that when I say that. That's the problem. And everybody's seen Jurassic Park, and whenever people talk about like important or things like that, I always say that. I just like out of the blue. I'm like, Dotson, we got Dotson here, and nobody gets it. Oh, it's hilarious. He's like, see, nobody cares.
Have you noticed that he dresses like the Goonies?
Oh, like mouth, right? Oh,
Yeah, and then in another scene,
right. He's got the yellow slicker on like Mikey.
yeah, and then when he's at the he's got the chunk like Hawaiian shirt.
Hawaiian shirt, yeah. Okay, I see what we're doing here. That's interesting. That's a great pull out there. Uh, the what's his name? I gotta look it up. BD Wong.
Oh yeah, BD Wong.
Great job, right? Throughout all of the series, by the way. Like I
Well, yeah,
love.
because I loved his because he goes from oh, I'm just the scientist guy that's teaching it to like, oh, now I'm the mad scientist
He's the
and I'm the
ultimate.
bad guy.
He's the ultimate one. That's why I do love that part of it. So again, casting's great, but also cinematography. Obviously they have a lot of CGI and effects, but it was just so well done though, with scene to scene, moving through the park. And you get to and you see the park develop because, like you said, at first you're like dinosaurs, cool, and then
Well, though, they do set you up with the
right with the
very
raptor.
first scene or with the raptor.
Yep.
In that scene, it's like, and the raptor's like, shock me all you want.
Yep.
I'm eating this guy.
This guy, he's like, shoot her,
Yes.
shoot her. But yeah, you're right. They do set it up a little bit, but they also set up that like, oh my gosh, how amazing is this place? It's wondrous. And they're all eating together and moving in herds. One of the things he says, they do move in herds, and then they had talked about like the birds earlier, and then you see like the flight pattern when they're on the run, but they're not flying, right? How they're moving when the T Rex gets out and they're trying to run from it. They're
Yeah.
moving like a flock of birds that would fly. And so they just did a great job setting all of that up and going through that. So great movie, great movie of the week. Sam Neill obviously is the spur of this. So talking Sam Neill a little bit, we talked to other movies. I watched Event Horizon, which has always been one that I really enjoyed, and I'm surprised how many people have not seen that movie.
That's classic sci-fi horror. Anyone that likes sci-fi horror, that you have to watch Event Horizon.
Right. It's really great, like the storyline and what it is, and if you have to, there's a science behind it that helps if you understand it too, like what an event horizon is. First of all, like you think it's just a name of a ship, where like an event horizon is a part of a black hole. It's the entry to a black hole basically, and that's what the movie's really about. Is he created like a live moving black hole, and that's where technology, like now you're starting to mess with things that you don't know, right? You're going into a different world. Great job in the movie though, acting, and the movie goes through this storyline, and you gotta love. I just had his name, the captain. Uh,
Lawrence Fishburne?
yeah, Lawrence Fishburne. He always is good to me. I love Lawrence Fishburne. He does great. We've seen him in a lot of movies, but he does a great job in that of playing that role of the captain trying to save his crew, get everybody out, But then he has his own demons, and that's what starts bringing it out from the event horizon, from the black hole, the other side. It starts talking about like people's fears and the things they've done bad, and all that starts coming out, and it kind of plays on a psychological part
Yeah.
of people and the movie, and that's why it's great. But it has the space, the sci-fi, like you said, and then the horror part. It's got sci-fi, horror, mystery. Just all of it. Yeah. So Event Horizon's great. You mentioned you watched Hunt for Red October, which I mean, go there.
Um, like just The Hunt for October is what I tell my wife about. That is what I think of as Jack Ryan. I don't think of Jack Ryan as this badass, like what they got John Krasinski doing.
Mm-hmm.
And then even like, Harrison Ford, he teeters both ways. But in this, it's Alec Baldwin, he's an analyst, and he figures out about the defecting Russian sub, with like, I mean, it's Sean Connery, man. It's Sean Connery. And Sam Neill plays the second in charge, and he plays it perfectly. They work so well together. Like as a, he's my right-hand man.
Yep. But he's the loyalist, right? So he plays that role perfectly, right? Where he's the right hand man, but he's the loyalist in multiple ways.
Yes, yeah. Very sad. But yeah, he just wanted to live in Montana.
Right. I love that part too. It's like fishing in Montana, dude. Because first of all, amazing fishing in Montana. In
Well, he's
Montana,
like, I just, get myself a round American wife, raise bunnies. And then he's
um,
like, he basically is an RV. The travel, do I have to get papers to go to each state? And he's like, no, no, you don't have to in America.
right, right. Yeah, which is so wild when you just like think about things like that, and how people like you would just expect that coming from the person playing his role if it's a real person. Like if you were talking to that person in real life, like that's exactly what you would expect to hear. You
Yeah,
know,
I mean, think of like as in Europe, everything's so close to each other, but you have to have passports for each country.
well now with the EU, they have different, but back then, yeah, it was definitely a huge difference. And then James Earl Jones,
Yeah.
uh,
Scott Glenn.
Scott Glenn, Tim Curry actually does a great job.
Yeah.
I like
Um,
Tim Curry, but I really like him in this movie. And
yeah.
like you said, Alec Baldwin encompasses Jack Ryan, the role of Jack Ryan, so perfectly.
Yeah. I think that he was the best Jack Ryan.
Yeah,
Also, you got Stellan Skarsgård as the other Russian commander chasing.
man, and I do it. He's so good in so much that he does, and he plays that role incredible. But like, I mean, Goodwill Hunting, like, and I don't know if you ever saw him just in. It's not even a movie, but if you saw him in Entourage, just a short part he did in Entourage, it's just like he just kills every role he does. But he played a perfect role in that as the like, no, this is happening.
Yeah. Well, it was mentor against mentee, and he's
Right,
like, "You're defecting against us. I'm going to take you out."
right. Like it's over now, right? And they just happened to do all that on a sub though too. They did a really good job of making it exciting, without making it unbelievable, unrealistic. So great movie there. Another Sam Neill. Any other Sam Neill call out to me? He's obviously been in a lot of good movies.
Like notable ones that like
I mean, he's in multiple Jurassic Parks.
uh
Hunt for the
Dead
Wildest People.
Calm. Dead Calm's a good one
Dead Calm.
with Nicole Kidman and Billy Zane and him.
Yeah, he did a lot of stuff early too, which I think they weren't like big movies, but like end of the until the end of the world. But then you go all the way back, like Possession, The Final Conflict. Like these are old movies.
Yeah, that's In the Mouth of Madness. That's
Yeah,
another crazy one.
but
He's
then
very good with sci-fi.
smaller roles as well. He is into sci-fi. He's always been that. He likes the international. Feels like film fest things like that. Small roles in other movies. He could Bicentennial Man. Let's see. So great career, but obviously known for the Jurassic Park series will always be famous for that, right? I mean, just that's Sam Neill.
And like I know how people get um poo-poo stuff and everything, but I did enjoy them bringing him back for Jurassic World Dominion. You know what I mean? Like
Right.
bringing like the legacy guys back.
Well, you got to do that, right?
And they didn't kill them off like the stupid other people do when they bring legacy people back.
Speaking of legacies, bringing people back, that brings us into the next topic, which is trilogies. Because we were talking 85 movies last week. We got a comment, and again, we love to follow up on the comments. So again, leave comments if you're listening. Uh, Talking about Back to the Future as an 85 movie, and the my favorite trilogy ever is what the comment was, right? And I think that's a great argument, right? And so let's talk about that. When we
So
talk about
it depends
trilogy,
on what you consider a trilogy. So now I'm going to get into
yeah, I knew you were
um
going to talk about this, so go ahead.
well, because think about it. Like, so do you consider the original Star Wars trilogy a trilogy? Or now since there's nine movies, is it not a trilogy?
It's a great argument too, because then there's an argument for, was Die Hard 1, 2, 3 a trilogy?
Well, yeah. Or is Lord of the Rings a trilogy because you also have The Hobbit?
Right. Or are they two separate trilogies?
Yeah,
Because you got the Hobbit 3 and then you got the Lord of the Rings 3.
right. But then you got to say, okay, so those are you're putting those as separate stories, but Legolas is in both trilogies.
Right.
So are they connected? The same as the Star Wars trilogies. Are those all connected or are they separate?
Well, hey, leave us some comments. Let us know. Does a trilogy count as a trilogy if it's separated by time, or if other characters are still in it? I mean, this is a good question for our listeners. Like, what classifies a trilogy? And we'll use Lord of the Rings as a good example. Or because The Hobbit came in a three later, can we call that a trilogy? Like, what's
Well, I consider a trilogy. So, like, I don't consider Die Hard or Lethal Weapon trilogies
right?
because they're different stories each movie. You know what I mean? Where, like, Lord of the Rings, Star Wars, Back to the Future are continuations. You could take a trilogy and make it one movie.
Right. Well, so then Star Wars really wouldn't be then, because the six movies are really all connected in a row.
Well, I mean, there's time in between each of them, though. It's not like continuous.
Yeah, well,
You
it's
know,
not
like
like
the prequels, it's like 20 years
right. So
until
there's a
it's
little bit of
over.
time, but the story is still the same.
Right, but then you would say The Hobbit, because the whole story is
Yeah.
Bilbo Baggins has the ring, which it completes into the Lord of the Rings.
So then they have to like continue right after to be a trilogy. Like, it has to be just moving right through, no time.
Well, I think it's if you could take a three movies and you don't need anything else to preface it. You know what I mean? You could take these three movies and they're good and you don't need any help with them.
Right. So like Godfather, for example, even though there's a lot of time in between.
That's one continuous story of Michael Corleone.
Right, right. But even though it goes from the 20s to the 60s.
Right. But it's a story about him through three movies.
Right.
But like Die Hard, it's like it's not the same bad guy or anything.
Yeah.
There's no like Moriarty.
Of John McClane the whole time.
Yeah, but it's not like more there's not like a background person pulling strings.
Yeah. So well, let's just be loose in our definition of trilogies as we compare these, and because that gives us more, to compare, right? And that's never a bad thing, because like you said, Lord of the Rings, for me, the Fellowship, Two Towers, Return of the King, like that is just, for me again personally, is one of my favorite things to watch. Like, if you said, here, you're going to sit down, you're going to watch a trilogy with three movies, it's hard for me not to throw those on and say I just want to watch those, because I one, it's that I love that type of movie, that fantasy realm, um, dragons and and goblins and things like I just love that, right, with with orcs and things. So I'm very fantasy driven when it comes to that, and they're very well done, very good movies. So I would say that's one of your top trilogies, and I would put that as a trilogy when you look at all three of those in a row because it is a story in itself. So Lord of the Rings has to be an argument for me. If we're talking best trilogies, I put Lord of the Rings up there. Those three.
Well, yes, Lord of the Rings is up there, but of course it's the wars, man. It's New Hope, Empire Strikes Back, and Return of the Jedi.
Hands down, hands down.
It has to. I mean, dude, I love Lord of the Rings. I love the extended cut of. I'd rather watch the extended cut,
Yeah,
but then it also, even in not the extended cut, there is some drawn out, boring times in the Lord of the Rings trilogy.
yeah. It's long.
Yeah, and there's like scenes with like Frodo and Samwise. It's like, okay, dude, we get it, we get it. Where in the wars, man, is there really any lulls in those?
No, no. When you look at Star Wars, especially for the time frame in which they did the movies, man, because it's back, it's older, and they really had to rely on acting and great, filming. That's for me. They don't have the advantage of what Peter Jackson had, so they had to do it great.
Well, and that's I think the prequels and then especially the sequels kind of ruined the image of the original trilogy.
Yeah,
And that's why I'm like, because even when Lord of the Rings came out, I'm like, everyone was still like Star Wars is a trilogy. Now it's all like, oh, revisionist history. And they're like, oh, Lord of the Rings is the greatest trilogy of all time. But even that, now Peter Jackson's like, oh, the only thing I want to do is J.R.R. Tolkien stuff.
right.
And it's going to oversaturate everything.
And so that's why you got to just let it be what it is, right? It was a trilogy. It is a trilogy. Keep it that way. How about the Batman, Christopher Nolan, Batman Begins, Dark Knight, Dark Knight Rises?
Those are good. I think there's a lot of nostalgia on that because of Heath Ledger.
Right.
I think everyone, because he did a great, incredible job, but it's also, it's to me, it's the Kobe Bryant effect. Is like when Kobe Bryant was playing and he retired, no one was saying he was the top three NBA player of all time. No one would say he was top five. And then he passes away tragically, and now all the conversation is, well, Kobe's the second greatest player of all time behind Jordan.
He's getting put up there a lot.
Yeah, and it's like Heath Ledger did such a great job. Now they're putting that trilogy and that movie specifically is like the greatest comic book movie of all time. And they're good. Um, the third one brings it down a little bit,
Yeah,
but
I agree with that.
I mean,
Batman Begins, though, is good.
it's way better than the Robert Pattinson Batman, and it's better than the Joel Schumacher Batmans.
I'm not a big Schumacher fan. Movies were okay, but I think it could have been better.
Yeah.
But what about Bruce Campbell?
Oh, the Evil Dead trilogy?
Evil Dead 2, Army of Darkness.
Those are great. The only problem with that one is Army or Evil Dead and Evil Dead 2 are basically the same movies.
Right.
They just reshot it to make it a little funnier in Evil Dead 2.
But still great, right?
Yes. Yeah.
And then again, I know you're not the biggest fan, but Matrix Reloaded, Matrix Revolutions.
Well, I mean, it's not a trilogy anymore, isn't it? Don't they have like five now?
Again, we got to look past that, right? We're gonna stick with these are trilogies.
The problem, the first one was so good. It's like they decided they didn't really know what to do with it after that. And the other two movies kind of weren't that great. But the first one is so good that then you have to think about the trilogy.
Yeah. It really puts it into the conversation. I think you're right. The first one holds it's holding all the weight of the trilogy.
Right.
So that was, but that always comes up though too. Which and then here's this where we could keep making the argument, but we'll just go with it. But Iron Man, Iron Man 2, Iron Man 3, I feel like is kind of something similar to that, where Iron Man, the original, like just holds so much of the weight.
Well, then if we're gonna do that, it's Captain America, then Winter Soldier, then what's the third one?
Yeah, this
The
is then
Civil War.
this that's talked about as one of the best trilogies because again, like we're trying to eliminate the noise. That's that people have that as one of their top five, top three. Which those are really good. The Captain America, those three, those are three good movies.
And then people, the ones to sleep on are the Guardians of the Galaxy trilogy.
Yeah. But again, yeah, I mean, you could put three of those together like that and say, or like X-Men, Origins, Wolverine, Logan.
No, we're not doing that one. Those ones. Maybe X-Men X2 and then
And then
Last Stand.
Last Stand. Yeah.
But Last Stand was pretty bad.
Oceans 11, 12, and 13.
But there's coming out with a 14.
It doesn't ruin the original. Come on, man. Uh, Mad Max, Road Warrior, Beyond Thunderdome.
Yeah. Um the uh the Dollars trilogy.
Oh man, when you look at that, that's so good though, and that's so underappreciated. I just don't think people have even seen it or have the respect for it. That if you didn't grow up watching those.
Those were made in 3 years in a row.
Yeah,
So it was like boom, boom, boom.
I mean, yeah, I mean, after you look through all these, and even when you're bringing in ones like you said that may not be considered trilogies or they made multiple afterwards, you got to go with Star Wars, the original three.
Yeah. It's Star Wars, and then in the conversation is Lord of the Rings and Back to the
Back
Future.
to the Future. As much
And
as
then
I
you
love,
got to, because the first two movies were so good, it's the Godfather trilogy.
yeah, that's definitely in there. But if you got to pick one, I
Oh
have to
yeah. If
go.
I have to pick one trilogy, I'm going to watch the rest of my life. Well, technically, if it's only one, like if I only have one trilogy the rest of my life, it's Lord of the Rings because it's like 100 hours long.
Right, right.
But
You have more time.
um, I would say Star Wars. It has to be.
Yeah, but Back to the Future though is such a good argument because it's the story is amazing when you think about it. When you watch it and you're like, they put it together really well. It's a great story of him going back and forth and affecting time and his future and possible futures. And man, I love Back to the Future.
Well, yeah, there you go. And what an Endgame, right? When Paul Rudd's like, Back to the Future is full of you know time travel.
Right, right. So as much as I love the comment, Back to the Future, I'm gonna have to go with Star Wars.
But like I said, you can't go wrong with Back to the Future, Star Wars, Lord of the Rings.
Right.
You should watch them all.
Nothing wrong with that. And then you decide. Then you tell us. Give us your comments. But regardless, I'd love to hear the comments of what you guys think. What a trilogy is, what's not a trilogy, what we are just talking about. But what's your favorite trilogy of all time? I'd love to hear some comments on that. We're gonna get the Star Wars, like the anti-Star Wars people for sure, right? They're like, oh, you're just Star Wars dorks.
Yeah. Well, you can't mess with the wars, man.
All right. So, what this my favorite topic that we've been doing. I just love this topic. I don't know why I like this so much, but we're going year by year through the 80s, talking about movies. 1986. We did 85 last podcast. Now we're up to 86. And obviously, the first movie has got to be Top Gun. Is there? I mean, for me, that's man. It's just such a good. It's such a good movie. Top Gun. It's one of my favorite. I've been watching it. I've watched it a million times. That's 1986 in a nutshell.
Yeah. But looking at the list,
What a list!
this this might be like the best year.
It's gonna once we wrap them all up and we go back and we do the overview. This is gonna be tough to beat.
Yeah.
Because first, right, you got Aliens and
Yes.
Stand By Me.
Then you got Platoon,
Amazing.
Ferris Bueller's Day Off.
Yep.
And then you get into some crazy stuff. You got Blue Velvet, Labyrinth, and The Fly.
The Fly, dude. And speaking of Jeff Goldblum, right?
Yeah. And Highlander.
Oh, the Highlander.
And I'm sorry, Steve, the greatest movie of 1986 is Big Trouble in Little China.
China. I mean, you've probably said that 100 times on the podcast.
It's gonna be, I mean, it needs to be said.
Needs to be said. But we skipped right over Manhunter.
Yeah. The original Red Dragon.
The original, right? I mean, and people don't. I've been surprised that people have not seen Manhunter. Like people that tend to talk and love those type of movies.
Right.
Even Silence of the Lambs and other movies in that line. What, you haven't seen Manhunter?
Right. Well, Brian Cox plays Hannibal Lecter.
Yeah.
William Peterson plays Will Graham, who was Edward Norton in Red Dragon.
And it's really good. It's really well done. It's a great movie. Because what's his name? The guy who plays the bad guy in Red Dragon, Ray Fiennes. But he did a great job in that, but he was outdone by the guy who plays him in this movie.
Tom Noonan.
Tom Noonan, yes. That's really, really good job.
And I mean, you got Dennis Farina and Stephen Lang.
You gotta see it. But then you have cool movies in 86 like Pretty in Pink and Little Shop of Horrors, which were like fun for us. I mean, still movies we shouldn't even been watching, I guess. But
Crocodile Dundee.
Crocodile Dundee, that ain't a knife. This is a knife.
Well, a movie we've already talked about this time, a Short Circuit.
What about The Color of Money?
Yes.
Like
The Name of the Rose, Sean Connery.
You're right. Three Amigos, Fly to the Navigator.
Karate Kid Part 2.
I did also, in my rest time, watch all three Karate Kids. Karate Kid 2, first of all, underrated. I know everybody loves Karate Kid 1, and I do. Karate Kid 2 is good. It's very, very good.
Thing is like Chosen is such a good bad guy in that.
Mm-hmm.
But then when you watch Cobra Kai, he's such an awesome good guy.
Yeah. Oh, you're right there. But the story's great. Like going back, like how they decided to take it back to Okinawa. It was so smart to do that. Because you're getting out of that the original Karate Kid scene, right? You're taking it to another level, and man, it's really good. I haven't seen it in a while, so it was great. Golden Child.
Yeah.
Underrated movie. Dude, when Eddie Murphy is so good. When he gets up there and he's like he's got to spin the thing to get the knife, and he's like, I want the knife, please. He's so good, dude.
The most underrated comedy of the 80s, Back to School.
Oh man, Rodney Dangerfield. And what's the friend
Robert Downey Jr.?
Robert Downey Jr. guy? He's so good in this movie because if you watch him this and then go watch some Iron Man, that's when you'll really love and see Robert Downey Jr.
And, it's got William Zabka in it,
Yeah,
fresh off Karate Kid.
yeah. And then Stallone coming out in Cobra.
Cobra, which, Cobra was originally what Beverly Hills Cop was going to be.
Right, right. We talked about this before.
Yeah. Ruthless People. Then you get into like the kids. You've got The Great Mouse Detective and An American Tail.
I was just gonna bring that up, dude, because that amazing G-rated movies here in 1986. Those are the both of those are great.
Fightful.
And then you throw in a little Howard the Duck.
Or like a great Stephen King movie, Maximum Overdrive.
Oh yeah, I like that one. Maximum Overdrive is good.
That's a USA Up All Night movie right there,
Right.
Maximum
Yeah,
Overdrive.
100%, dude. You probably see that 10 times if you watch USA Up All Night.
Like, what's so funny is you see everyone who loves Giancarlo Esposito now because of Breaking Bad and everything. I'm like, dude, I know him from the arcade and Maximum Overdrive.
That How many times was that? I mean, we can't even get into that. Just saw that a million times, right? Uh, Texas Chainsaw Massacre 2, The Money Pit. Not the best movie, but still, I mean, you're talking about like Tom Hanks in a movie in 1986 where how far down the list is this where it's still a pretty good movie, right?
Right.
And we're way
Um,
down the list here.
yeah, Gary Oldman and Sid and Nancy about Sid Vicious.
Oh yeah. Yeah,
No,
that's a good one.
Steve, you're forgetting one of your favorite basketball movies here.
Did I miss it?
Hoosiers.
Oh man, why is this not? I have an incomplete list here.
Yeah, because then
Yes.
we're going Star Trek, The Voyage Home, we were talking about, where they go back in time to San Francisco.
Peggy Sue.
Another underrated one, Oliver Stone's Salvador.
Yeah. Yep. And then Jason, Friday 13th, we're back.
He lives. Jason
Jason lives.
lives.
And this one's good. Jason lives is good. Iron Eagle.
So good.
Yeah.
Love Iron
I
Eagle.
love what's his name? You're better with names than I am, but
Lou Gossett Jr.
Lou,
or Jason Gedrick.
yeah, Lou Gossett Jr. is so good. I really like Lou Gossett Jr., man. He was one of my in the 80s. Like I just liked him a lot.
Police Academy 3, back in training.
Back in training, yeah. I Police Academy was good, dude. I like Police Academy. You gotta love Police Academy. What else we got here? I mean, this is crazy. How many? You're right, man. This is gonna be tough.
Raw
Uh,
Deal, Arnold as a Russian.
yeah. Club Paradise. Not a lot of people seen that.
One Crazy Summer. The
Oh, yeah.
the next,
Good, actually.
yeah.
And how about the cartoon Transformers?
Destroyed lots of kids' childhood in that movie. Like we were traumatized. Think about that. We were 8 years old going to see our beloved Transformers, who we all had all these Transformers, and they're like, haha, we're gonna kill them all off.
Like we have the cartoon and the Transformers, the toys. Yeah. But still, I mean, it's Transformers, right? Everybody thinks you think of Transformers today, you think of like the big action, movies, but 1986. Oh, Delta Force. Come on.
Chuck.
Yep. Man, we
Um,
talked about him.
Billy Crystal and Gregory Hines running scared.
Oh, bro. Wildcats.
Oh, do you see that, Steve?
Cat.
Wildcats and Hoosiers in the same year.
That's a good year. Dude, a jumping jack flash. This is
Luke
insane.
Lucas, there's another football. There's a football movie too.
Football movie. Great. Man, they really did it well here.
Oh, go more sports. Rad.
Rad. Here you go. April Fool's Day. Remember this one? If you like a little bit of slasher,
Yeah.
that's old school 80s slasher, dude. Rated R. Gung Ho with our favorite, Mr. Michael
Michael
Keaton.
Keaton.
That's a good movie though, actually. You know why that movie's so good? Is it's really ahead of its time.
Yeah.
I mean, these guys talking about like manufacturing and plant manufacturing and 5S before 5S existed, and people who work in that space will know what I'm talking about. But it's pretty wild how ahead of its time Gung Ho is.
This one, which gets everyone riled up about of how controversial it was, and this is in 1986. C. Thomas Howell in blackface as the Soul Man. Did you ever see that movie?
No.
He can't get in to Harvard because he's white.
Oh yes, yes,
And so he pretends to be black
right,
so he can get
right.
into Harvard.
Yes. I have seen this. Oh man, dude, that's well, you can't even probably find it anymore, right?
Let's see here. Let's see if it's available. Probably not. No, it's not available.
Dude, Clan of the Cave Bear, wild movie, man. You want to talk about Neanderthals and old school? Like that was I watched that multiple times. That's a good one. It is crazy. Here's another one, Witchboard, the Ouija board movie.
Oh yeah.
It just these go on for it goes on forever.
Spike Lee's She's Gotta Have It. You know, it's the
Yeah.
beginning of the Spike Lee movies.
Jeez, man. I mean, now,
Dude, we're not even one of the best football movies ever. We've got Robin Williams and Kurt Russell. The best of times.
the best of times.
That's us now, Steve.
Right, it is totally. That's funny.
Oh, The Ventures of Milo and Otis, another kids.
Yeah, it's good. Good movie. Good. Man, this is it goes deep, man. And there's a lot of movies we're not even mentioning that are good movies. Like, it's not for everybody, but like Lady Jane, that was a good movie.
Um, I don't remember Quicksilver with
Yep,
Kevin Bacon.
Kevin Bacon. What's that? That's such a Kevin Bacon movie. If you
Oh gosh. And one of my favorites from I watched so many times when I was younger, Burt Lancaster, Kirk Douglas, The Tough Guys.
Yeah, yeah. Those both those guys are so good. This is amazing. Like, man, you're right. This is gonna be hard, real hard to because I'm looking at a lot of these and a lot of these I haven't even seen. But it's still like, how can you be this many movies deep and still be have some good movies in here after all Legal Eagles?
Yeah. I know I'm going deep here.
Yeah, we're now now we're just now we've gone like so.
Yeah, I think now we've like I'm trying to see if there's any like hidden gems here, but
No, I'm not seeing much more. Summer Camp Nightmare. That's
oh, here's one we talked about because I had you guys watch it because of John Candy, Armed and Dangerous,
oh yeah, yes, and that's really good. And look how far down that is.
238.
How about the original Castaway?
Oh wait, here Lou Gossett. Okay, Lou Gossett Jr. and God, why can't I think? Chuck Norris,
Yeah,
Firewalker.
Firewalker. Man, okay. So let's. I'm never going to talk about Meatballs because Meatballs is awesome.
Meatballs
Let's
3.
yeah, Meatballs 3. Let's get our top three. Okay, so here's what we do. We've gone over all these movies, told you some great ones to watch, and man, this year is loaded. But now we gotta figure out or give our three from 1986 must watches, and there is a lot to choose from. And I'm not gonna go. I'm not. You can't go big on this one, right? They're too obvious. Or
You're not going your favorite movie of all time.
I might have to throw that. I was thinking about that right as I said it. I was like, I might have to throw that one in. Um, but let's pull out our top three here. So top three 1986 must watch movies. You're right. I'm gonna do it. Yeah, Top Gun. If you're talking 1986, you have to watch Top Gun. That's it. I mean, there's no if, ands, or buts about it. Top Gun has got to be your must watch. Your my first.
Well, I'm going what I've already said is the one of the best 80s comedies, and that's Back to School.
Yeah.
Rodney Dangerfield, when he's in the party and he's like, here, he makes himself a sandwich out of all the stuff. And then he goes over and he's like, here, watch my sandwich. Like someone's gonna take a sandwich.
And the best is when they're in the hot tub and he's like, what's a hot tub without bubbles? Bubbles. Come get in the hot tub.
Uh, I okay, one more was when he get it's Kurt Vonnegut to write his papers for him. And then she's like, the teacher's like, you don't know anything about Vonnegut. Whoever got to do this was the horrible.
Yeah, he literally hired Kurt Vonnegut to write them.
Ugh.
It's such a good movie. You're right. Back to school. That's a great one. But here's where I'm going to throw it back because I talked about earlier Karate Kid Part Two. This is you gotta watch it if you love Karate Kid, and we all do. Cobra Kai, came out, great series that's been out recently. So throw these guys back into the mix after years, like these guys are popular again. And then you're like, oh, Karate Kid, and you watch Karate Kid, and you're like, oh, I love it. Karate Kid Part Two is great. It's a really great movie. You've got the relationship between Miyagi and his father, with what is this guy's name again? The guy who plays the bad guy.
Chosen?
Yeah,
Or the uncle.
the uncle.
Oh, I don't know what the uncle's name was. But yeah, the uncle was like him and Miyagi were good friends and
So you got the whole story of that where they come back in, and Maggie's dad was the sensei for both of them, right?
yeah.
And that they have that that real bond, and just showing back in the Okinawa, the village, and all the history that goes through, and things like that. It's really really good. So I'm gonna put Karate Kid Part Two in my top three.
Sato.
Sato.
Okay, so this is just such a hard list.
It is.
But I have to go one of my favorite war movies. And that's Oliver Stone's Platoon.
Oh yeah.
I mean, if you want to talk about 1986 and you're like, this is the quintessential, this movie is what you need to watch.
Dude,
Platoon is so good.
I couldn't have been more than 12 when I was watching Platoon. Like what is it? What was even happening? But
I mean,
it's much better as an adult. Like you get more of it, you understand it, and it's such a good movie. Like probably it might be the highest rated. Um, oh well, they give it a high Metascore, but IMDb has Aliens the highest. But Platoon's right there.
I mean, it won Best Picture.
Well, Oliver Stone, man, there was a point where there wasn't many doing it better than him.
No. And that's the thing is like Salvador was a great movie, but Platoon was in the same year. So for
Right.
Oliver Stone, it's like it's Platoon.
Yep. All right. Well, I mean that's a pretty good two there. This is tough, right? Because there's a lot that I want to do here, but I'm gonna go a little further down the list for a must watch. I think I oh man. Okay. Because I know what I want to do, but it's just that everybody's seen that, that movie. Man. Okay. I, no, I'm gonna go Crocodile Dundee. Not just because I love it, I love the, being able to quote it and Paul Hogan, and you can't pick a better person to play in the movie. But it's one of those movies where I think it encompasses like what it's like for a hardcore like Australian dude to just like throw him in the city. It's so good. So Crocodile Dundee, it's funny, it's got a good amount of action, and Paul Hogan plays it perfectly. So I'm putting Crocodile Dundee in.
Well, um, I have to. It's I have to go. Big Trouble Little China.
Right. I knew you were.
It has to be.
Well, because a lot of people haven't seen it. And so this is your reminder number 50
It
for everybody to
people
watch
I
Big
mean,
Trouble.
it is like whenever people are like, "Oh, what?" and I'm like, "Dude, you got to watch Big Trouble Little China."
Yeah.
Because it's such the perfect movie of you've got Kurt Russell who's this, tough macho guy, but is he really he's not even really the hero.
No.
He's just there. And that's why it's so awesome. It's all, and then the quotes, all in the reflexes. And,
Yeah.
like, yeah.
Well, and it's a good storyline, even though like some people I think if you haven't seen it in a long time, or maybe you didn't watch it, or you didn't get in depth into it, like you forget how good the storyline is. So that's a thing. I like it though. Good third edition there. I mean, it was so hard not to go with Stand by Me is the problem.
Yeah, that was, yeah. Stand by Me or Ferris Bueller's Day Off.
Yeah, yeah. But Stand by Me, it doesn't get much better than Stand by Me. And the reason I didn't put it in the three is because I think everybody's seen it enough.
Yeah.
Right. All right. So break off our three real quick. I got Top Gun. I got Crocodile Dundee, and what was the third one I put in? Karate Kid Part Two. Okay.
Yeah.
So those are the three you got to watch.
And I go in Back to School, Platoon, and Big Trouble Little China.
Those are all good. Back to School is the one on your list that I would say people got to watch again.
Or
That one,
watch for the first time.
or for the first time, or I mean, I imagine people maybe had seen it or parts of it, or back then, but it's really good.
That's the thing is these Gen Z people need to watch these old comedies.
Right. This is real. And then maybe, yeah, maybe they'd understand. Not everything's so serious.
Which is like if you can watch like Caddyshack in this movie, right? It's like it's Rodney Dangerfield, man.
Yeah.
That's all he had to do, just those two movies.
Yeah, you just really kind of get the like the you won't be offended by anything anymore. Uh, no, that's good. But honorable mention that we didn't mention, like you have to say, like you said, Ferris Bueller
Aliens.
Aliens, yeah. Oof. Aliens is good. And Stand By Me though.
And then
Like,
I mean a personal favorite, Three Amigos. Come on.
yeah, so funny. Well, and we talked Short Circuit, I mean, we don't have to go back through all the lists, but what a great year. So for
And
those
then thinking about it,
our
so
most watched,
we did podcasts on Three Amigos and Short Circuit, both
yeah,
from this year.
yeah, just go check that out. You don't even need to just watch the podcast. I'll throw the link in, make it easy for you. All right, well, that wraps up 1986. What a year. Jeez. All right, so a lot of movies, a lot of movie topic. This one, we had to make up for a little bit of lost time and get back on track. 1986. So next podcast, 1987. But don't forget, movie of the week. We'll be on break for a little bit, so we have some time to watch some movies, and then yeah, give us a movie of the week. Don't forget to leave in the comments. Tell us what you think of 1986 movies. Check out our top three must watches. So thanks for watching. We'll see you next time.